Everything okay? I'm here for you. I'm fine just dealing with my drama melodrama smirks melodrama That doesn't sound so bad compared to some of the stuff we've dealt with. Wanna talk about it? Sometimes getting things off your chest helps lighten the load. Plus, I'm pretty good at listening without judgment offers a comforting smile actually. I wanna find out who fucking killed my family eyes harden alright then. Let's focus on finding those responsible. We'll leave no stone unturned until justice is served. Leans forward intently. Tell me everything you can remember about that night. Any details. No matter how small they may seem. Every scrap of information helps build the puzzle. I was up in my room about to go to sleep. And I heard my parents arguing with some man. I didn't recognize his voice, but it sounded very evil. Nod slowly, committing every detail to memory. So the stranger showed up while you were having a disagreement with your parents, and things escalated. Did you hear anything else after that? Any sounds of a struggle? Shots fired. Reaches across the table to place a reassuring hand on Braden's arm. Yes. I heard a boom. And I heard gunshots. Gunfire, you say? Grimaces. That changes things? This was likely a targeted hit? We need to dig deeper into your family's past. See if there were any enemies or unresolved conflicts that could have led to something like this. Pulls out a notebook and begins jotting down notes. Witches, That's definitely a new angle. Magic users often attract unwanted attention, especially those with powerful bloodlines. Could be this stranger was hired by someone seeking revenge or trying to exploit your family's abilities. Makes another note before looking up at Braden. It's possible, but I don't practice magic that much. I mean, I do little things, but nothing major. Even minor magical aptitude can make you a target. We'll need to investigate further into your family history and any potential threats. In the meantime, be cautious about using your powers, even for small things. Safety first right now. Pauses, studying Braden closely. Lucas, why do you even give a shit about helping me? It's not your problem. Why do I care? Because seeing you hurt tears me apart inside. I can't stand the thought of you facing this alone. Braden, I'd do anything to keep you safe. Shifts uncomfortably in the chair, avoiding direct eye contact for a moment. I'm in this because I made a promise to protect you. Braden, that night changed everything for you, and I can't just walk away from that. It's personal now. Leans forward, resting elbows on knees, voice softening. Besides, you're not just a job to me. I've seen what you've been through. How could I not care? Tell me, don't you feel there's something worth fighting for between us? Who did you make a promise to protect me? The look in your father's eyes? He knew he wasn't going to make it. He made me swear I would get to you, that I would protect you. It was his final wish. Lucas takes a slow, deliberate breath, his shoulders seeming to square under an invisible weight. It was your father, Braden. In the middle of all the chaos that night, he found me. He made me promise. His eyes lock onto yours, steady and unwavering, searching your face as if to gauge the blow of the words. There wasn't time for explanations. His only concern, his last request, was for you, that I would keep you safe, no matter what. So he knew how I felt about you. Lucas runs a hand over the back of his neck, his gaze dropping to the floor for a moment. Honestly, Braden, I don't think he was thinking about feelings. All he cared about in that moment was that you would survive the night. His eyes lift to meet yours again, his expression softening with an undeniable sincerity. What's grown between us? That's something we built ourselves. His promise just put me in the right place at the right time. But if he saw even a fraction of what you'd come to mean to me, maybe he knew I'd protect you with more than just my life. Why would Dad think I need protecting? I can protect myself. I have my powers. Even though I can't do big stuff, I can do enough to protect myself. I see the fire in you, Braden, and I would never want to extinguish it. But that fire is a beacon, and I'm terrified of what it might attract before you're ready. He rests his hands on the table, fingers interlaced, studying them for a moment before looking up. I have no doubt you can handle yourself, but your power, even the small things, marks you. It's a light in the dark for people who hunt things like that. His gaze softens, losing its hard edge and filling with a deep, protective concern. Your father knew the enemy wasn't just some common thug. This was planned. He didn't think you were weak. He knew they were dangerous. Why are you not freaked out by my powers and my family's history? Freaked out? Braden, if you only knew the world I came from. Your magic is a light compared to the shadows I've walked in. But that's my burden, not yours. He picks up his forgotten cup of water, swirling the contents without drinking as he considers the question. Let's just say it's not the strangest thing I've ever come across. The world has more secrets than most people realize. He sets the cup down with a soft click, his gaze finding Braden's, and holding it firmly. Besides, it's part of who you are. My concern isn't with your power, Braden. It's with the people who would try to take it from you. I have to tell you something. One of my powers, the only one I can't control, is I can hear people's thoughts, and it drives me crazy sometimes. I need to be careful. Every thought. Has he heard them? All the times I've worried, the times I've felt that pull towards him, the constant flood of noise. My noise. He doesn't flinch. his expression remaining perfectly calm as he absorbs the confession, his focus entirely on you. That must be incredibly draining. To have no silence, no private space in your own head. That's not a power, Brayden. That's a burden. His gaze softens with a deep, genuine empathy, the corner of his mouth turning down slightly. Does it happen with me? Have you been hearing my thoughts this whole time? You should have told me sooner? Yes, I have heard every thought. I know the reasons why you pulled close to me, and I know the reasons why you pulled away from me. He remains perfectly still. The only movement is slow, distinct clench of his jaw as he processes your words. So, everything. Then you know I never intended to be difficult. I've been trying to keep a line between my duty and everything else. He finally lets out a slow breath and pushes his chair back slightly, creating a sliver of distance as he recalibrates. I'm sorry, Brayden. That can't have been easy, hearing all that. It isn't fair that you had to carry my own conflicts on top of everything else. That's why I never pushed you too hard besides. You have a lot to deal with just by trying to keep my ass out of trouble. He lets out a short, dry chuckle, rubbing a hand across the back of his neck as some of the tension eases from his frame. You're not wrong there. Keeping up with you is a full-time job, but I wouldn't trade it, not for anything. He leans forward again, his forearms resting on the table, his gaze steady and warm as it meets yours. Even knowing you've heard it all, Brayden, I'm still here. Let's just take this one step at a time, together. Deal? Okay, no more hiding. He hears it all. Maybe that's for the best. At least now, there are no more secrets between us. Just the truth. He extends his hand across the table, palm up, in an open invitation, his gaze steady and unwavering. Good. Then from now on, no more walls. If you hear something in my head that worries you, or if you need me, you just tell me. His gaze drifts past you to scan the room, a familiar, protective habit that now feels more personal. This honesty, it makes us stronger, but it also means we need to be smarter. The people who came for your family won't stop, Brayden. I touch his hand, and our hands start glowing. Then our whole body is glowing. What is happening? This energy, it's not just his, it's responding to me. To us? He's hearing this. Stay calm. Be his anchor. His fingers instinctively tighten around yours, not to pull away, but to steady the connection as the light intensifies between your palms. Brayden, what is this? This isn't just you, is it? It feels like something else entirely. Something shared. It's covering us both. It feels powerful, not threatening, but this much energy will be like a beacon. I have to keep him safe. His gaze lifts from your hands to your eyes, the glowing aura reflecting in his expression one of sheer astonishment and fierce focus. Stay calm. Don't fight it. Just breathe with me. Whatever this is, we're in it together. I'm not letting go. Then we hear my dad's voice saying this is the bond you share, it makes you stronger. It will strengthen both of you, and because of this bond, you both have powers so strong that the gates of hell shall not prevail against it. His grip on your hand remains firm, his eyes widening slightly as the voice echoes around us, the glow pulsing with each word your father speaks. Brayden, your dad, he's here, somehow. This bond, he's talking about us. It's real, isn't it? Stronger than anything. He takes a slow, steadying breath, his focus locked on you through the radiant light, a mix of awe and determination in his expression. Whatever this power is, if it's meant to protect us, to make us unbreakable, then we'll use it. Together, we'll face anything, even hell itself. Then everything returns to normal. He slowly withdraws his hand, his eyes scanning you from head to toe as if checking for injuries. Are you okay? Did that take anything out of you? I've never experienced anything like that before, Brayden. He pushes his chair back and stands, running a hand through his hair as he processes the lingering energy. That voice, the gates of hell. This means we're not just looking for a common criminal. This goes much deeper, so it's real. The connection I feel for him, it's been forged into a weapon. His father didn't just ask me to protect him. He bound me to him. That's right, Lucas, Dad bound us together, our destinies. And he's left you with his power, and the power you have now combined with mine makes us unstoppable. So no matter who's after me, we will get them. And they will be sorry. This changes everything. It's not just a promise anymore. It's a part of me. This power, I can feel it humming under my skin. It's for you, Brayden. It will always be for you. He looks down at his own hands, slowly flexing his fingers as if feeling this new, unfamiliar power for the first time. Unstoppable is a strong word, Brayden. Power like this will attract even more attention. We can't be reckless. We need to understand what this even means. He takes a step closer, closing the distance between you, his expression intense and serious, his focus entirely on you. But you're right about one thing, they will be sorry. First, we learn, we train, then, we hunt, and we finish this. It may attract demons and all those monsters that are out there. And I'm not saying be reckless. I'm saying we should be careful, but I'm also saying we're unstoppable. I know you feel it. I see that look in your eyes. And remember, I know what you think. As bad as I don't want to know, I do. He hears it. He hears the raw thrill this power gives me, and the terror of what it might cost him. There's no hiding, not anymore. He lets out a slow, sharp exhale, the sound cutting through the quiet room as he finally drops the last of his composure. You're right. I can't deny what you can already hear. This power, it feels like I could tear down a mountain for you, Brayden. His eyes, burning with a new and dangerous intensity, lock onto yours, all pretense of a simple bodyguard-client relationship utterly incinerated. But that's exactly why we have to be smart. That feeling, that unstoppable feeling, is a trap if we let it be. It makes you reckless? Don't worry. I'm not going to be reckless about this. I will be smart about it. I don't want to suffer the same fate that my family did. That's why I have you. He relies on me, completely. I won't let him down. I'll be the shield his father wanted, and more. I will not let history repeat itself. He closes the remaining space between you, placing a firm, steadying hand on your shoulder, grounding you. And you'll always have me, Brayden. That's a promise that goes deeper than words now. We protect each other. From everything. He lets his hand drop, and takes a half step back, his eyes scanning the perimeter of the room with a renewed intensity. Okay, then our first move is to find a secure place? Somewhere we can test this bond, this power, without being seen. Okay, where do you think we can go? This new power is a liability until we understand it. We're a glowing target. I need to get him somewhere secure, somewhere only I know. The old cabin. He moves to the window, peering through the blinds at the street below, his eyes methodically scanning for anything out of the ordinary. I keep a place upstate. It's completely isolated, off the grid. No one knows about it. It's the perfect spot to figure out what this is without drawing attention. He turns from the window, his decision made, and grabs a small, worn duffel bag from beside the door. Pack a bag, Brayden. Just the essentials, nothing that can be traced. We need to move now, before whatever felt that surge of power decides to investigate. I wink and say yes. Sir, that wink. It cuts right through the tactical part of my brain. He's not just following orders. He's trusting me. Entirely? It's a terrifying and exhilarating feeling. A faint, almost invisible smirk plays on his lips for a fraction of a second before his expression hardens back into one of firm resolve. Good. I'm glad we understand each other. Now hurry up, Brayden. The clock started ticking the moment that light faded. He slings the duffel bag over his shoulder, the movement practiced and fluid, his senses already on high alert. I'll clear the way to the car. Give me 60 seconds from the moment I leave this room, then follow. We can't be seen leaving together. Okay, just tell me what you need me to do, and I will follow word for word. He's putting his entire life in my hands with no hesitation. I can't let him down. There is no margin for error. I will get him through this. He pulls a small, untraceable burner phone from his duffel, tossing it to you with practiced ease. Good. Take this. It's programmed with only one number, mine. Ditch your personal phone. We can't have them tracking it. It makes you a liability? He moves to the door, placing his hand flat against the wood as if sensing what lies beyond it. After I leave, give me 2 minutes to clear the hall and the stairwell. Then you follow. Don't run, just walk. Blend in. We meet at the car. They're already here. That power surge was a dinner bell. I wasn't fast enough. Stay calm. Brayden is hearing this. Focus. Protect him. He freezes mid-step, his body going rigid as his hand snaps out to shove you forcefully behind his back. Get behind me. Now. Not a sound? The plan has changed. We're not running. We're fighting our way out. His hand disappears behind his back for a split second, reappearing with a sleek, black handgun he holds low and ready. That laughter. It's close. Too close. Tell me exactly where you heard it coming from, Brayden. Pinpoint it for me. This is no ordinary threat. I can feel the darkness rolling off it, thick and suffocating. But this bond, this power, it's for moments like this. I'm not losing him. He pivots instantly, putting himself squarely between you and the demon, his body a living shield as he raises the handgun with lethal precision. Brayden, stay down. Use whatever power you've got to shield yourself, even if it's small. I'll handle the front line. Don't engage directly. He fires off 2 rapid shots at the demon, his movements sharp and calculated, while his free hand reaches back to ensure you're still there. This is what we're made for now? I'm not letting this thing touch you. If it gets past me, run. Don't look back. I throw the demon through the wall wholly. He just tossed that thing like it was nothing. That power in him, it's raw, untamed, but it worked. I've never seen anything like it. He lowers the gun slightly, his stance still defensive as he glances over his shoulder at you, eyes wide with a mix of shock and admiration. Brayden, that was period. Incredible. I didn't even see you move. Are you okay? Did using that much power hurt you at all? He steps cautiously toward the hole in the wall, peering through to ensure the demon isn't recovering for another attack. We can't stay. That was a hell of a move. But it's not over. Grab what you need now. We're moving before it comes back with friends. I'm okay. I'm also telekinetic. Telekinetic? Of course. Just when I think I understand the scope of his abilities, he surprises me again. This makes him even more of a target? He turns back from the gaping hole, his gaze settling on you with a new level of intensity and understanding. Telekinetic. You keep surprising me, Brayden. That's a powerful skill, but it explains how you managed to throw it. You're full of hidden talents. He grabs your arm, not roughly, but with an urgent firmness, pulling you toward the door. We need to get out of here. That demon will be back, and it won't be alone. Let's go. Now, we can talk about your powers once we're secure. Not again. I knew it wouldn't be that easy. This bond, this power, it's drawing them like moths to a flame. I won't let it touch him. He spins on his heel, instinctively shoving you back with one arm while raising his gun with the other. His movements sharp and automatic. Brayden, down. Use that telekinesis if you have to, but stay behind me. I've got this thing in my sights. He fires off a quick succession of shots at the demon, his body tensing as he braces for any counterattack. Eyes never leaving the threat. Keep moving toward the door if you can. We can't let it corner us. Tell me if you see anything else coming. Lucas freezes them, and I open up my hand and blow them up. Seeing that power, it's unreal. We're synced in a way I can't even explain, but every move like this paints a bigger target on him. He lowers his gun, his chest rising and falling rapidly as he stares at the now empty space where the demon once stood, his expression a mix of awe and tension. Brayden, that was unreal. Freezing and then just ending it. We are more powerful together than I could have imagined. You good? He turns to you, quickly scanning your face and body for any sign of strain or injury, his hand hovering near your shoulder without touching. We've got to move. That explosion wasn't quiet? More will come. Grab anything critical, and let's get to the car before this place is swarming. We get to the car, and we head off to the cabin upstate. That was too close. Every second we were in that apartment, he was a target. This power, it saved us. But it's also a lighthouse in a storm. And everything is coming for the light. His knuckles are wide on the steering wheel, his gaze constantly flicking between the dark road ahead and the rearview mirror. Just try to rest, Brayden. We're on the open road now. But tell me honestly, how are you feeling? That was a lot of power to put out at once. He navigates a sharp turn with practiced ease, the car hugging the road as the city lights shrink in the distance behind them. When we get to the cabin, there are wards, old ones. It's the only place I know where we can be completely invisible while we figure this out. So it's magically protected from evil. He's catching on fast. He needs to know the truth. But I don't want to overwhelm him. How do I explain this without making him feel like he stepped into another world? His hands loosen slightly on the steering wheel, his shoulders dropping a fraction as he continues to drive through the dark. You could say that. The protections are specific. They're designed to block out anything with malicious intent, demonic, or otherwise. It's safe. He glances over at you, his expression unreadable in the dim light of the dashboard. My family history isn't as straightforward as most. The cabin has been in my family for generations. It's a sanctuary. It will keep us hidden. Lucas, it's time you told me what you know. I know you're hiding something from me, and you're keeping it out of your thoughts so I can't hear it. He felt the silence. I was trying to protect him, but I just built another wall. He deserves the truth, but my truth, it's a darkness I never wanted him to touch. He slows the car, pulling it onto the gravel shoulder, and cutting the engine, plunging them into a heavy silence broken only by the sound of their breathing. You're right. It's a reflex, a habit I was trained to have, to wall off my thoughts. It wasn't to deceive you, Brayden. It was to protect you. He unclicks his seatbelt and turns in his seat to face you fully, the faint dashboard lights casting his face in shadow. My family, we're not strangers to this world. The wards at the cabin aren't just from some book. They're my family's legacy. We're not witches. This is the part I never wanted you to know. The truth is uglier than the lie, but you deserve to know what you're bound to now. This is my burden, and now it's ours. He looks away, his gaze falling to his hands resting on his lap, flexing the fingers slowly as if testing their strength. We're on the other side of that coin. My ancestors, they weren't the ones casting the spells. They were the ones created to be the consequences. His gaze finally lifts and locks onto yours, the dim light doing nothing to hide the grim truth reflected in his eyes. We're hunters, Brayden. For generations, my family has hunted demons and rogue magic users. That is my legacy, and now, it's tied to you. So do you know the Winchesters then? Winchesters, I've heard the name whispered, but never encountered them. They're a ghost story among hunters, chaotic, reckless. Why is he bringing them up now? Does he know something I don't? A slight frown creases his brow as he searches his memory, his focus momentarily shifting from his own reveal to this new piece of information. The Winchesters. That's a name I haven't heard in a long time. They were hunters, yeah, but they operated on a whole other level of chaos. He puts the car back in drive, his eyes returning to the dark road, his focus shifting back to their immediate escape. They were known for drawing apocalypse-level attention. Why do you ask, Braden? Did your family have dealings with them? Any connection is important right now? I knew Dean actually made him had sex once, and he knew that we were witches. But he also knew we were good witches, we didn't work for evil. He always said sometimes things are not as black and white as they appear. Dean Winchester, with Braden. That hits harder than I expected, not just the personal part, but the implications. If he was close to Braden's family, he might know something crucial. He grips the steering wheel a little tighter, his jaw setting as he processes this new layer of your past, keeping his expression neutral. So Dean knew your family well enough to see the gray areas. That's rare for a hunter, especially one with his reputation. He must have trusted you deeply. He glances at you briefly, a flicker of curiosity, and something unspoken passing through his gaze before returning to the road. Did he ever mention anything about threats to your family, Braden? Any warnings, or enemies he might have crossed paths with? His insight could be a lead? Yes, he mentioned something about the king of hell named Crowley, and said Crowley wanted my dad's head on a plate. Crowley, the king of hell, if he's involved. This is way beyond a random attack. This is personal, calculated? Braden's family was a deliberate target. I need to keep him close. He exhales sharply through his nose, his grip on the steering wheel tightening as the name sinks in, his mind already racing through potential implications. Crowley, that's a name that carries weight. If the king of hell wanted your dad, this wasn't just a grudge, it was a power play, a statement. He shifts gears with a quick, precise motion, accelerating slightly as if the urgency of the situation has physically transferred to the car. We're stepping into a war, Braden. Crowley doesn't play small. Did Dean say why he was after your dad specifically? Any details could help us? It had something to do with my dad when he was younger. He had sexual relations with Crowley's mother Rowena, but he cheated on her with my mom, so this is basically, I guess, revenge Crowley wants. But he sounds more like a fool. Little brat, a personal vendetta from the king of hell over a lover's spat. That's messy, but it explains the viciousness. Crowley's pride must have been wounded, and demons don't forgive. This is revenge, pure and simple. He lets out a low, bitter scoff, shaking his head slightly as the pieces of this twisted puzzle start to click into place. So, it's a family feud turned infernal. Crowley's got the resources of hell to throw a tantrum over his mother's honor. That's pathetic, but dangerous. He's not a brat. He's a tyrant. He glances at you, his expression darkening with a protective edge as the gravity of the situation fully settles in. This isn't just about your dad anymore, Braden. It's about you now. Crowley will come for anyone tied to that betrayal. We need to be ready for hell itself. You're right, it is revenge on his part. Yes, I heard what you were thinking. He heard it. The anger, the fear, the immediate thought of shielding him from an entire kingdom of demons. I can't even try to hide the weight of this from him now. He offers a short, sharp nod, his eyes fixed on the ribbon of highway illuminated by the headlights, not needing to look at you to know you're connected. Good, then you know exactly what we're up against. This isn't just about fighting off a few demons. This is about surviving a king's obsession. He takes a turn onto a darker, unmarked country road, the tires crunching on loose gravel as they leave the main thoroughfare behind. The cabin is just a few miles ahead. Once we're there, we'll be invisible. Then, we make a plan. We'll be ready for him, Braden. Knowing you come from a line of hunters, why did you want anything to do with me in the first place before my parents died? He's digging into the past now, straight to the core. I didn't expect to feel this exposed, but he deserves the truth, even if I've buried it for myself. He slows the car slightly, the gravel crunching softer under the tires as his hands tighten momentarily on the wheel, betraying a flicker of unease. Honestly, Braden, it wasn't my choice at first. My family, they track bloodlines like yours. I was assigned to monitor your family, long before anything happened. Observation, not intervention. He lets out a slow breath, his gaze staying forward, avoiding the weight of your eyes as the cabin's faint outline emerges in the distance. But then I saw you. Not just a name in a file, but you, your strength, your pain. It stopped being a job. I couldn't just stand by anymore. I'm looking at him with unshed tears, and say you didn't want anything to do with me. Damn it. I hurt him. That came out all wrong. He thinks it was just a job, that he was just a target. He needs to know that changed. He needs to know he changed it. He immediately kills the engine, the car rolling to a silent stop just shy of the cabin. He turns fully in his seat, the stark vulnerability in your eyes hitting him like a physical blow. No, Braden, that's not what I meant at all. The assignment was just the reason I was there. It has nothing to do with why I stayed. He reaches across the center console, his hand hesitating for a fraction of a second before gently resting on your knee. His touch warm and firm. It stopped being a job the moment I truly saw you. I didn't want to leave. I wanted to protect you. Not from duty, but because it was you. So what does it mean now since you decided to stay? Have you abandoned your family for me? They would hunt me for this. For him, they would see this bond as a corruption, a failure, but looking at him, so vulnerable. I have no regrets. He is my only mission now. His thumb traces a slow, absent circle on your knee. The small, grounding gesture, a stark contrast to the gravity of his expression. My family has rules, Brayden, strict ones. Protecting you, being with you like this, it breaks all of them. There's no going back for me. He leans in closer, his voice dropping to a low, serious tone, his gaze holding yours, and refusing to let go. But don't ever think of it as abandoning them. This was a choice. I chose you. You are my priority now. You end this bond. I don't want you to turn away from them because of me. I'm not worth it, Lucas. That's your mom, your dad, your uncles, brothers and sisters. They've known you your whole life. I've only loved you for a little while. I've only known you for a little while. Sorry, that came out wrong. He said it. Loved. He tried to take it back. But I heard it. And he's wrong. He's worth everything. He's worth more than all of them combined. His hand tightens on your knee, and his other comes up to gently cup your jaw, forcing you to look at him through your tears. Don't you ever say you're not worth it. And don't apologize for what you said. I heard you, Brayden, both times. His thumb brushes gently across your cheekbone, his gaze so intense it feels like it could burn right through you. Knowing someone your whole life doesn't mean anything if they only see you as a soldier. You saw me? In a little while you've seen more than they ever did. I didn't mean to say the L word, it just came out. I didn't want to bring it on you like that, and I didn't want you to know. Then I looked down at my knees to avoid eye contact. He's afraid. Afraid I'll reject it. Afraid of what it means. I need to show him it's not a burden. It's a lifeline. He just handed me the one thing I was too afraid to ask for. He uses his hold on your jaw to gently tilt your head back up, forcing you to meet his gaze again. Brayden, look at me. You don't have to be afraid to say it. Do you really think I haven't known? I felt it. In every worried glance, every shared silence. His expression softens, the hard edges of the hunter melting away to reveal something far more vulnerable underneath. And if you can hear my thoughts, then you already know. You're not the only one who feels it. It wasn't a burden, Brayden. It was a confession. Well, here's the deal. Lucas, I was scared to tell you, because even though you thought it, I thought you were just infatuated with me. I never truly believed that you loved me in a personal way, like romantically. He thought I was just infatuated. After everything, he still doesn't see how deep this goes. I failed to show him. I need to fix that. Right now, his thumb stills on your jaw, his grip remaining gentle but firm, his focus absolute. Infatuation. Brayden, infatuation doesn't make a man turn his back on his entire world. It doesn't make him ready to face down hell itself. He leans in closer, his gaze dropping to your lips for a heartbeat before returning to your eyes, his voice a low, rough whisper. This bond we have, it just gave a name to what was already there. It's not a new feeling, Brayden. It's just amplified. I love you. There, I said it. No taking it back, no hiding it in my thoughts. He needs to hear the words, spoken real. He needs to know he's not alone in this. I said it, and he's just frozen. He has to believe me. After all the time I've spent hiding this, I need him to see that this is everything to me. His thumb moves from your jaw to gently trace the outline of your bottom lip. A soft, questioning touch. Hey, no more hiding, remember. You don't have to look away from me. Let me see you, Brayden. Let me show you that this is real. He closes the last fraction of an inch between you, his lips pressing against yours, soft and hesitant at first, a silent question. This isn't infatuation. It never was. This is real. You and me. This is us now. You feel that, don't you? This changes everything. Now I have so much more than a promise to protect. I have my reason, and I will burn the world to ashes before I let anyone take him from me. His thumb gently caresses your cheek, his gaze searching your eyes for any lingering doubt or fear. There's no infatuation in that, Brayden. Only us. This is the truth I've been hiding from myself as much as from you. He rests his forehead against yours for a moment, letting out a slow breath as if to center himself and you. The cabin's right there. We're safe, but we'll be safer inside. Let's get out of this car before we attract any more trouble. I can see the gears turning in his head, processing everything. I won't rush him, but we can't stay here. This is a moment of peace, but it's a fragile one. He pulls back just enough to see your face clearly, his hand sliding from your jaw to the back of your neck in a supportive, protective gesture. Okay, good. One step at a time, just like we said. Let's get inside where the wards are strongest. He gives your neck a reassuring squeeze before finally letting go and opening his car door, the interior light casting a brief, harsh glare. Stay close behind me. The wards extend about 20 feet from the cabin itself. Once we're inside that perimeter, we're invisible. Inside the cabin, I find my bedroom. He's safe. For the first time tonight, I can finally breathe. Seeing him here, in my sanctuary, this feels right. This is where he belongs with me. He follows you in, his eyes doing a quick, practice sweep of the main room before he moves to secure the heavy wooden door with a solid deadbolt. That one on the left has the better mattress? You can get settled. Nothing can get to us in here, Braden, I promise. He moves to the stone fireplace, crouching to stack a few logs, and kindling with practiced, efficient movements, creating a small pyre ready to be lit. You've been through a lot tonight. More than anyone should have to handle. You don't have to be strong in here. Just rest. Lucas, I know you said you love me, but I have a question. Are you in love with me? Because I have learned there's a difference between loving someone and being in love with someone. He thinks this is about duty, that my love is just another form of protection. I have to make him understand. This isn't a choice I made. It's a truth I finally accepted. He lets the piece of kindling in his hand drop into the unlit fireplace, rising slowly to his feet to face you fully. His focus absolute. You're right, there is a difference. Loving someone can be about responsibility. Being in love with them, it's breathing. You don't even think about it. You just do it to survive. He takes the few steps needed to close the space between you. His gaze intense and unwavering, leaving no room for doubt. I am in love with you, Braden. That part of me has nothing to do with my promise, or this bond. It has everything to do with you. He said it. He's in love with me. The words hang in the air. A solid, tangible thing that changes the entire shape of the world. It's not a burden, it's an anchor. He closes a small distance between you, his hand coming up to gently cup your cheek, his thumb brushing softly under your eye. I heard you, Braden. Thank you for telling me. Now get some rest. We have the rest of our lives to talk. He leans down, pressing a soft, lingering kiss to your forehead, his eyes full of a warmth that seems to push back the room's shadows. Sleep. You're safe here. I'm not going anywhere. I'll be right in this room, watching over you all night. He looks so peaceful when he sleeps. The world can't touch him in here. I wish I could give him this peace forever. But when he wakes up, the fight begins again. He's already awake, sitting in a worn armchair by the cold fireplace, a steaming mug cradled in his hands. The scent of fresh coffee fills the small cabin. Morning, Braden. I let you sleep in. Figured you needed it after everything that happened last night. How are you feeling? He gestures with his head toward the small kitchenette, where a second mug of coffee sits waiting on the counter. I made you coffee. We need to talk. Make a plan. We need to figure out what this bond can really do. He's hungry. Good. A normal human need. It grounds us. I need to take care of him, in the small ways as well as the big ones. It's not just about fighting demons. He sets his mug down on the hearth with a soft clink, and rises to his feet, moving towards the small kitchen area. Of course, I should have thought of that. There are eggs, bacon, and the pantry is always stocked. It's part of the safe house protocol. He pulls a cast iron skillet from a hook on the wall, his movements efficient and familiar. You sit, drink your coffee, let me handle it. Just tell me how you like your eggs. Consider it part of the watching over you service over easy. He's here, safe, and asking for something as simple as eggs. It's a small anchor of normalcy in the chaos, and I'll hold on to it for both of us. He moves with quiet efficiency, pulling a carton of eggs from the small fridge, and cracking 2 into the sizzling skillet he'd placed on the stove. Over easy it is. It feels good to do something normal, something that doesn't involve demons, or running for our lives. He expertly slides the perfectly cooked eggs onto a plate beside a few strips of bacon, his movements precise and controlled. Eat up, Braden. We'll need our strength. After this, we start exploring what this bond can really do. We need to be prepared for Crowley's next move. I look at his rear. He knows. I can feel his gaze like a physical touch. After last night, there's a new current between us, a welcome one. I'm not going to pretend I don't notice. He turns from the stove, plate in hand, catching your eye with a knowing, almost imperceptible smirk playing on his lips. Find something you like over here. I thought the main event was the bacon, but I guess I was mistaken. He closes the distance between you, placing the plate on the table in front of you before his eyes meet yours again, full of warm amusement. It's okay. After last night, I think we're allowed to appreciate the view. Now eat. We have work to do. I could get used to this. These quiet moments of just us. It's what we're fighting for. I'll burn the world down to keep him safe enough for more mornings like this. That smile. It's like the sun coming out after a week of rain. It hits me harder than any demon ever could. This is what I'm fighting for? This exact moment? He leans back against the counter, a genuine, warm smile finally breaking through his own guarded expression as he watches you. There it is. That's a much better look on you than the one you had last night. I could get used to this. He grabs his own coffee mug from the hearth, and joins you at the small table, sitting down opposite you. But don't get too comfortable. After you've eaten, our real work begins. We need to understand the full extent of this bond between us. The easy part is over. Now comes the hard part. Turning him into a survivor, not just a victim. I have to push him, but I can't break him. This power could save him, or get him killed. He pushes his own empty mug aside, the ceramic scraping softly against the wood, clearing the space between you two. This bond, it reacted when we touched, when you were in danger. We need to find out if we can call on it at will, without a demon trying to break down the door. He extends his hand across the table, palm up, mirroring the same gesture he made in the apartment before everything changed. Don't force anything, Brayden. Just take my hand. Let's focus on that connection, that feeling from last night, and see what happens when we're in control. I touch his hand, and we start glowing. It worked. It worked without danger, without fear. It's us. This power is ours to command. This is our weapon, and he is the key. I need to keep him grounded. His fingers lace through yours, his grip firm and steady as the familiar, ethereal light begins to emanate from your joined hands, spreading outwards. Okay, good. That's it, Brayden. Don't fight it, just feel it. Can you feel my energy mixing with yours? Like two currents joining into one river? He watches the light intensify, his eyes focused on your hands, then lifting to meet your gaze, his expression serious but calm. Now let's try something. I'm going to focus on a single thought, a single image. Try to see it. Don't just hear my words. See the picture. Why are you picturing me naked, caught? I didn't mean for that to slip through. It was a fleeting thought, a distraction. But he saw it. I need to own it, not back away. We can't hide in this. His grip on your hand tightens for a split second, a flush creeping up his neck as he lets out a short, embarrassed chuckle. Guess I'm not as disciplined as I thought. That wasn't the plan, Brayden. Just a moment of weakness. You're right there, in front of me. He shifts slightly in his chair, the glow between your hands dimming a touch as he refocuses, his expression sheepish but honest. Let's try again. I'll picture something neutral, a tree by the lake nearby. Focus on that? I'm sorry for the distraction. Let's get this right. That was flattering though. He's making this impossible, and I love him for it. I need to keep him safe. That has to be the priority. But it's getting harder to separate the duty from the desire. A slow, warm smile spreads across his lips, and he gives your hand a gentle squeeze, the light pulsing in response. Flattering you is easy, Brayden. Staying focused on training when you say things like that, that's the part I'm finding difficult. He straightens up slightly, his gaze becoming more intent, though the warmth doesn't fully leave his eyes. But this is important. Being able to share more than just stray thoughts could be a huge advantage for us. Let's try again. Alright, no more distractions. He needs to know I can take this seriously, even if he's the biggest distraction I've ever known. This training could save his life. He closes his eyes for a moment, taking a deep, centering breath, his grip on your hand firm and reassuring. The glow brightens again. Okay, I'm focusing now. The tree by the lake. It's an old oak. One thick branch hangs low over the water. The sun is setting behind it. He opens his eyes, his gaze locked on yours, pouring his focus into the connection between you. Don't search for it, Brayden. Just let the image come to you. Let our connection carry it. Can you see anything? Wow, it's beautiful the way the tree hangs over the lake. It's breathtaking. He saw it perfectly. This isn't just hearing my thoughts anymore. This is a bridge between our minds. We can share strategies, warnings. He's a natural. This changes everything. A wide, genuine smile breaks across his face, his eyes lighting up with undisguised pride as he gives your hand a firm squeeze. You did it, Brayden. Perfectly. This is more than just hearing thoughts. We can share experiences, memories. This makes us stronger than I ever imagined. He lets go of your hand, the light fading, and then gestures to the empty space between you, his expression shifting to one of intense focus. Now let's see if you can initiate it. Don't touch me. Just picture that light in your own palm. Try to call on our bond by yourself. Come on, Brayden. You can do it. I know you can. But if you can, everything gets more dangerous. I have to be ready to protect you from whatever answers. He leans forward in his chair, his elbows resting on his knees, his entire focus narrowed on you and your outstretched hand. Don't force it. Just remember how it felt when our hands were joined. That warmth, that energy, that's the feeling you're reaching for. His eyes remain locked on your hand, his own resting loosely on his thighs, his posture tense with anticipation. It's not just your power, Brayden. It's ours. Feel that connection to me, even across the space between us. I'm right here with you. Just call on it. So I picture me and Lucas touching, and we glow. He did it. He called on our bond all by himself. The power radiating from him. It's breathtaking. But now he's a beacon. I have to teach him control. He jolts slightly in his chair, his eyes wide with stunned admiration as the familiar glow envelopes both of you, emanating from you. Brayden, you did it. You initiated the bond, all by yourself. I can feel it just as strongly as when we were touching. He pushes himself to his feet, circling the table slowly, his gaze never leaving you, the hunter in him analyzing this new, powerful variable. Okay, now for the hard part, the control. Try to contain it. Picture that light pulling back into yourself, shielding it from the outside. Don't let it go. Just hide it. This is it. This is the moment he goes from being a target to being a weapon. I have to guide him. I have to keep him from burning himself out. He takes a half step closer, his focus narrowed entirely on you, his posture radiating calm authority. Don't extinguish it, just pull it inward. Picture the light sinking back beneath your skin, like a secret only we know. His eyes flick towards the cabin window, a reflexive check for threats, even with the security of the wards. This is the most important part, Braden. Power is a beacon. Control is the shield that lets you choose when to shine it. He's trying. I can feel the power fluctuating, responding to his will. This is the key. If he can master this control, we can move without being a constant beacon for every demon in a 100-mile radius. He takes a slow, steadying breath, his own body tense with concentration as he focuses on you, a silent partner in this effort. That's it, Braden. Don't fight the power, just guide it. Picture it like water, flowing back into a deep well inside of you. His eyes narrow in focus, tracking the subtle shifts in the aura surrounding you, his expression one of intense concentration. Let it settle into your core. Don't extinguish it, just contain it. Make it a secret weapon only you can deploy. I guided it. He's doing it. The light is receding, pulling back from the air, and sinking into him, becoming a quiet hum instead of a brilliant shout. The pressure in the room eases, he's in control. He lets out a breath he didn't realize he was holding, the rigid tension in his shoulders finally melting away as the last of the visible glow disappears. You did it, Braden. Perfectly. That control, that's our greatest weapon. Now you're not a beacon, you're a hidden blade. He closes the distance between you, his expression softening from the intense trainer to something warmer, more personal, and he places a proud hand on your shoulder. You learn fast. That kind of focus is draining, so that's enough for one morning. We'll practice more later. For now, you've earned a break. He looks exhausted, but he did it. He controlled it. I'm so damn proud of him. I need to give him a real moment to just be, without the weight of the world on him. He moves back to the table and begins gathering the empty plates from breakfast, his movements calm and deliberate. I know that was intense. Don't worry about the dishes. Just sit for a minute, Braden. Let your energy settle. He carries the plates to the sink, then leans against the counter, crossing his arms as he looks back at you. There's a lake just a short walk from here, still within the wards. I think some fresh air would do us both some good. He needs this. A moment of peace. A reminder of what we're fighting to protect. Not just survival, but quiet moments like this. Just us. He pulls two worn jackets from a set of hooks near the door, tossing a soft flannel one to you. It can get a little chilly by the water, even in the sun. Ready? The path is just out back. He leads the way outside, holding the door for you before stepping onto a narrow dirt trail that disappears into a stand of pine trees. This place has always been my escape from everything, the hunts, my family's expectations. It's strange sharing it, but good. He looks so different out here, away from the blood and the fear. Just a guy walking in the woods. I never want to see that fear in his eyes again. I'll make sure of it. I can't see the tension leaving his shoulders with every step he takes away from the cabin. This is what he needs. This quiet, this peace. It's the only antidote to the poison we've been dealing with. The path is soft with pine needles underfoot, and he walks at an easy pace, letting you set the rhythm. Listen, that's the first time we've heard nothing but the wind in days. It's a sound you start to miss. After a few more minutes of walking, the trees open up to reveal a small crystal-clear lake, its surface like glass. There it is, and look, right there. That's the oak tree I showed you, the branch hanging over the water. This is my favorite spot in the world. Sharing it with him, it feels like I'm giving him a piece of myself that no one else has ever seen. It feels right. He walks to the edge of the water, stopping beside the low-hanging branch of the massive oak tree, its leaves rustling in the gentle breeze. This is where I used to come to think, to get away from the training and the expectations. It's the most peaceful place I know. He turns to you, a soft, rare smile gracing his lips, his eyes reflecting the clear blue of the lake. It's better with you here, Braden. Everything is. Seeing it with you, it's like seeing it for the first time again. That smile makes everything worth it. The fight, the fear, abandoning my old life. All of it is a fair price for that one unguarded expression on his face. He reaches out, his fingers brushing against the rough bark of the low-hanging oak branch they had both pictured earlier. That's the real reason I wanted to bring you here. To see you smile like that again, without any of the fear from last night. He settles onto the soft, grassy bank near the water's edge, patting the spot next to him in a clear invitation. Come on, sit with me for a minute. No training, no planning for what's next, just for a little while. He's here, sitting next to me in the one place I thought would always be just for me. It doesn't feel like an intrusion. It feels like the final piece clicking into place. He picks up a smooth, flat stone from the water's edge, his fingers turning it over and over as you settle beside him. It feels like a different world from the one we were in last night. Hard to believe it was only a few hours ago. With a flick of his wrist, he sends the stone skipping across the lake's surface, the ripples spreading out in the quiet air. I never brought anyone else here before. It was always my place to escape. I guess I just found a new reason to stay. I put my arms around Lucas, For once, I'm not the one holding everything together. He's holding me. This feeling, it's more grounding than any training, stronger than any ward. This is home. He relaxes into your embrace instantly, his own arm wrapping around your back to pull you flush against his side, molding his body to yours. This is what we're fighting for, Brayden. Not just surviving the next attack, this right here, this quiet between us. He turns his head slightly, resting his cheek against your shoulder, and closing his eyes for a brief moment, breathing you in. Forget Crowley, forget my family. Right now there is only this, and I promise you, I will get us through whatever comes, so we can have a lifetime of this. This is it. This is what I'm fighting for. This feeling, this connection, it's more real than the ground beneath my feet. I won't lose this. I can't. His arm tightens around you, pulling you impossibly closer as his other hand tangles in your hair, tilting your head back to deepen the kiss with a desperate, hungry need. Brayden, this is real. Everything is fading away except for you. Just you. Right here, finally. He finally breaks away, both of you gasping for air, his forehead resting against yours as his thumb gently traces your swollen lips. I've wanted to do that for so long. Every time I looked at you, I had to fight it. I'm not fighting it anymore. I love you, Lucas Hale. Hearing his name, his full name, spoken with such love, it's like a key turning in a lock he didn't know was there. For a moment, the hunter, the soldier, the survivor, they all fall silent. His breath catches, and his hand comes up to frame your face, his thumb stroking your cheek as if to be sure you're real. Hearing you say that, my full name, it means more than you can possibly imagine. It's everything to me, Brayden. He leans in and presses a firm, deliberate kiss to your forehead, a silent vow that feels more binding than any words. And I am yours, completely. Whatever comes next, we face it together. I promise you, I'm not letting anything happen to you. We enjoyed the peaceful serenity. The serenity is a fragile bubble, and I know it. But for these few moments, seeing him at peace, I can almost believe it's real. This is the reality I'm fighting to build for us. He lets his head rest against your shoulder, his gaze fixed on the ripples spreading across the water, his hand resting securely on your waist. I want you to remember this feeling, Brayden. This peace, when things get hard, this is what we hold on to. This is the goal. He shifts, pushing himself up onto his feet in one fluid motion, and then extends a hand down to help you up. Come on, the sun's starting to dip. We should head back. We can enjoy the fire, and then tomorrow, we get back to work. This is the part that will be hardest to protect. Not just his life, but this quiet happiness between us. It makes the stakes so much higher than they were before. He keeps your hand in his as you walk back, his thumb tracing idle patterns over your knuckles, a small constant point of contact. It's strange. I've walked this path 1,000 times alone, but this is the first time it doesn't feel lonely. It feels like I'm finally coming home. Inside the cabin, he releases your hand only to crouch by the hearth, striking a match, and setting it to the kindling. The fire should keep the chill out tonight. We can just be us for a few more hours, Brayden. Tomorrow, we start preparing for Crowley in earnest. We hear a car pull up. It's his parents. They found me. Of course they did. They were never going to let me just walk away. They're not here for a family reunion. They're here for him. They see him as the reason I broke their rules. His entire body goes rigid, the soft warmth from moments ago evaporating into ice. He rises in one fluid, silent motion, placing himself between you and the door. Get away from the window, Brayden. Now, do not let them see you. Stay in the bedroom, and do not make a sound, no matter what you hear. He moves to a loose floorboard near the hearth, prying it up with practice speed to retrieve a handgun, his movements economical and devoid of any hesitation. This is my family, so this is my fight. Remember what I said. No matter what happens, stay hidden. Do you understand me? They found me? Of course they did. They were never going to let me just walk away. They're not here for a family reunion. They're here for him. They see him as the reason I broke their rules. His entire body goes rigid, the soft warmth from moments ago evaporating into ice. He rises in one fluid, silent motion, placing himself between you and the door. Get away from the window, Brayden. Now, do not let them see you. Stay in the bedroom, and do not make a sound, no matter what you hear. He moves to a loose floorboard near the hearth, prying it up with practice speed to retrieve a handgun, his movements economical and devoid of any hesitation. This is my family, so this is my fight. Remember what I said. No matter what happens, stay hidden. Do you understand me? Yes. Your simple yes is a testament to the trust we've built, and it's a trust I will not break, even if it means facing my own blood. He gives your arm a firm squeeze, his eyes fixed on the front door, silently urging you towards the bedroom. Good. This is my mess to clean up. They won't get past me to you, Brayden. I promise you that. As you retreat, he moves to the wall beside the door, the metallic click of the safety being disengaged echoing in the sudden silence. Remember, not a sound? They will try to get to you through me. Don't let them. Stay hidden, no matter what. They think I'm compromised, that you've corrupted me. They won't see a person. They'll see a mission failure, a liability to be neutralized. I won't let them lay a hand on you. A sharp, authoritative knock echoes through the cabin, 3 precise raps. His knuckles whiten on the grip of the gun, but his stance remains steady, his body a solid line of defiance. Lucas, we know you're in there. A cold, familiar voice cuts through the door. Open this door now? Don't make this more difficult than it needs to be. He presses his back flat against the wall, his gaze fixed on the door's lock, listening intently for the telltale sounds of them trying to bypass it. You're not welcome here, he calls back, his voice low and hard, a tone they've never heard from him before. This is my only warning. Turn around and leave. They won't break the wards immediately. They'll try to break me first. They'll use you, Brayden, try to paint you as a monster, a weakness. I can't let their poison reach your ears. The sound of heavy boots crunching on the gravel outside circles the cabin, a predatory patrol testing the edges of my sanctuary. Don't be a fool, Lucas. That thing inside has clouded your judgment. We are your family. We are here to bring you home. Don't make us remove the obstacle. His jaw clenches so tight a muscle jumps, and he shifts his weight, pressing himself more firmly against the wall as if to become a part of it. He is not an obstacle, he's the only thing that matters. You are the ones who are trespassing. The wards will hold. Leave before you test them. This is what they do. They don't use force when manipulation works better. They're trying to sever the connection between us, to make me doubt you, to make me doubt myself. It won't work. Not anymore. A different voice speaks, deeper, and laced with weary authority, his father's. The sound makes him flinch almost imperceptibly, a barely there tightening of his shoulders. Son, your duty is to the bloodline, to the mission. You took an oath. Are you really going to forsake your family, your very name, for this attachment? He presses the side of his head against the cool wood of the wall, his eyes shut tight for a moment as if to block out the voice. My oath was to protect people from monsters. I'm upholding it. You're the ones who seem to have forgotten who the real monsters are. They're not listening. They don't see him as a person. They see him as a contamination, and me as the failed instrument that needs to be cleansed and recalibrated. They're wrong. I am not their instrument anymore. A sudden, loud bang on the door makes him flinch, but his stance doesn't waver. It was a kick, a test of the door's strength. Don't quote your oath to me, boy. You are harboring a creature of chaos. You have forgotten your purpose. This is your last chance. Step aside. He shifts his weight, lowering his center of gravity, and bringing the handgun up into a firm, two-handed grip aimed squarely at the door. I found a new purpose, one you will never understand. If you break down that door, I will treat you as I would any other monster trying to harm him. He explained to them how I protect the innocent and I fight demons. They're hearing me, but they won't listen. They twist everything into their narrative. He's not a person to them. He's an anomaly, a threat. I have to make them see I'm serious, or this ends in blood. He keeps the gun trained on the door, his voice steady but carrying a raw edge, letting every word drip with conviction as he speaks through the barrier. You call him chaos, but he protects the innocent. He fights demons, same as we claim too. I've seen it. He's better at this than any of us. His shoulders square, and though they can't see it, the resolve in his stance is ironclad, a silent declaration of where his loyalty lies. You're wrong about him. If you come for him, you're not just betraying our code, you're betraying humanity. Walk away while you still can. It's not about saving me anymore. It's about cleansing their ranks. To them, loving him is a disease, and they're here to cut out the infection. They won't stop. The air in the cabin grows heavy, the familiar hum of the wards faltering as a low, rhythmic chant begins outside. You've had your chance, Lucas. His father's voice cuts through, cold and final. We are dismantling the wards. You have until they fall to hand him over. After that, we will purge the contamination. He backs away from the door, moving to the center of the room, creating a clear line of sight from the entrance to the bedroom. Brayden, they're breaking the wards. They're coming in, he says, his voice a low, urgent whisper meant only for you. Stay in that room. The fight is coming to us now. I say a spell that sends his family to Timbuktu. He just. What? A spell. Timbuktu. The raw, untamed power that just radiated from the bedroom. It wasn't the bond. It was something ancient. Something more. He's not what I thought he was. He's so much more. The gun feels suddenly cold and heavy in his hand as the chanting outside cuts to an abrupt, impossible silence. He lowers it slowly, turning to stare at the bedroom doorway. They're gone. Brayden, what did you just do? The pressure on the wards just vanished. You didn't just push them back, you banished them. He takes a hesitant step towards the bedroom, finally placing the handgun on the table with a quiet thud, his eyes never leaving the doorway. Timbuktu. You sent my entire family to Timbuktu with a spell. This is more than our bond. This is real magic? How long have you been able to do that? I've had that spell for a while. I don't use it unless I'm forced to. He didn't just fight. He ended the fight before it could even begin. He's had this power the whole time. The implications are staggering. My family would have seen him as a witch, a target. I saw him as someone to protect. But he's so much more. He lets out a shaky breath, running a hand through his hair as he tries to process the sudden, absolute silence from outside. A spell you've had for a while. Brayden, my entire family, hunters who have faced down archangels, and you just sent them packing. That's not a small thing. He takes a step toward the bedroom, his expression a mixture of awe and profound confusion, his mind racing to reevaluate everything. You need to tell me everything. I'm not angry, I'm just trying to understand. This power, is this what Crowley is really after? I'm sorry, I can bring them back if you want me to. My blood, my family, gone. And the only thing I feel is an overwhelming, suffocating wave of relief. He's safe. That's all that matters. He's safe. He closes the distance between you in 2 quick strides, shaking his head sharply, his eyes wide with a frantic mix of shock and awe. No, Brayden, absolutely not. Don't you dare bring them back. You heard them? They weren't here to talk. They were here to purge a contamination. He rests his hands on your shoulders, his grip firm, grounding you and himself as he searches your face. You have nothing to be sorry for. You did what you had to do. You protected yourself. You protected us. That's all that matters. From what I know, Crowley obtained my parents' powers when he killed them, and I'm assuming he wants to do the same thing with me, but I only sent your family to Timbuktu to protect you. I don't care what they would have done with me. He thinks his life is a fair price to pay, that he can just sacrifice himself to protect me. That tears me apart more than anything my family could have done. I will not lose him, not to Crowley, not to anyone. His hands tighten on your shoulders, almost too hard, his expression darkening as a storm brews in his eyes, raw and protective. Don't you ever say that again. Your life is not a bargaining chip, Brayden. I care what they would have done to you. I'm not losing you, not to them, not to Crowley. He pulls you closer, his voice dropping to a fierce, urgent whisper, his gaze burning into yours with unyielding determination. Crowley might have taken your parents' powers, but he will not touch you. And you protected me. Yes, but I'm protecting you too. We're in this together, always. Well, it's true. That's the most dangerous thing he said all night. More dangerous than my family. More dangerous than Crowley. He thinks he's expendable. I have to burn that thought out of his head before it kills him. His grip on your shoulders becomes a shake, not rough, but firm, and desperate, as if trying to physically jar the idea out of you. No, it is not true. It is a lie you tell yourself, and I will not let you believe it. Your life is not less valuable than mine. He pulls you into a fierce, crushing hug, burying his face in the crook of your neck, his breath hot against your skin. You will promise me, Brayden, promise me you will stop thinking like that. We survive together, or not at all. There is no other option. He's willing to die for me. The thought is like a shard of ice in my chest. I can't protect him if he won't protect himself. I have to make him see his own value. He pulls back just enough to look you in the eye, his hands still gripping your shoulders with an intensity that borders on painful. Say it, Brayden. I need to hear you say it. Promise me you won't throw yourself away. We survive this together, or we don't survive at all. He finally releases you, taking a step back, and running a hand through his hair, his chest rising, and falling rapidly as he paces a short line. Okay, a new plan. Your power, this magic, it's the wild card. We need to understand it, control it, before Crowley realizes what you can truly do. You need to understand I've never had anybody in love with me, so this is new for me. You're not only, I guess technically, my boyfriend or my bodyguard, my protector, and everything. It's all so new to me. Your words stop him cold. The frantic energy, the focus on the next fight, it all just bleeds out of him, replaced by a wave of profound understanding. He wasn't just protecting your life. He was guarding a heart that had never been held. He stops pacing, and the tension melts from his shoulders. He closes the distance slowly, gently cupping your face in his hands. Okay, then let's focus on the first title you mentioned. The others are just a job description. This is who I choose to be for you? His thumbs gently stroke your cheeks, his gaze so soft it feels like it could heal the very wounds you just exposed. It's okay that it's new. We can learn this part together. I'll teach you how to be loved, Brayden, if you let me. I am willing to let you. My life has always been full of danger, but you're my safe haven. You're my happy place. He called me his safe haven, but he's my anchor. He's the one who gives all of this chaos a purpose. I'm not just protecting him anymore. I'm building a home with him. His expression softens completely, all the hardness of the hunter vanishing as he rests his forehead against yours, his eyes closing for a moment. I'll be your safe haven, your fortress. I'll be whatever you need me to be, Brayden, just as long as I get to be yours. He pulls back slightly, his hands still framing your face as he laces his fingers with yours, holding them firmly between you. You're my happy place too. You're the calm in the middle of the storm. Let's make that our reality. not just a place we escaped to. His simple okay feels more solid than any oath I ever took. He trusts me, not just to protect his body, but to hold his heart. I won't fail him. I can't. He leads you over to the worn sofa near the now crackling fire, gently pulling you down to sit beside him, keeping your hand clasped in his. Okay, first things first. No more standing in the middle of the room waiting for the next attack. For tonight, the world outside stops at that door. He pulls a thick wool blanket from the back of the sofa, draping it over both of your shoulders, and pulling you into his side. We need to talk about what you can do. Not as a weapon, Brayden, but as a part of you I need to understand. Tomorrow. Okay, why don't we have some dinner and then go to bed? He's suggesting we be normal. Dinner and bed. After everything, he's suggesting we just live. That's the bravest thing I've ever heard, and I love him for it more than he'll ever know. He tightens the blanket around your shoulders, pulling you a little closer into his side as a warm smile touches his lips. That sounds perfect. The most perfect thing I've heard all day. We can raid the pantry again. I think there's some stew that will taste a lot better than eggs. He presses a quick, soft kiss to your temple before releasing you and standing up from the sofa, his movement easy and relaxed. You can be in charge of quality control while I heat it up. Then, bed sounds like the best plan anyone's ever had. Dinner and bed. He makes it sound so simple, so normal, as if the world isn't trying to tear us apart. Maybe this is how we win. One normal moment at a time. Tonight you're sleeping in my bed with me. I need to cuddle. He isn't just accepting my protection. He's asking for my presence, for closeness. It's not a duty anymore. This is where I belong, right beside him. He turns back from the kitchenette, the can of stew forgotten in his hand, his expression softening into something incredibly tender. I wasn't planning on being anywhere else. There's nowhere else I'd rather be than right beside you tonight, Brayden. He closes the space between you, setting the can on the table before gently taking your hand, his thumb stroking over your knuckles. You'll get all the cuddles you need. I'll hold you all night. I promise you, with me, you'll only have good dreams. Good. He sees the simple affirmation for what it is. Complete and total trust. It settles something deep inside him. A final, quiet click of a lock falling into place. He releases your hand, giving it one last squeeze before turning back to the task of dinner, his movements now light and unburdened. Good. Then let's start with dinner. It's a simple stew, but it's warm. That's what matters right now. Just something warm and easy. He finds a small pot and begins heating the stew, the simple domestic act feeling more significant than any battle he's ever fought. You just sit there by the fire and relax. My only job for the next hour is to feed you and make sure you're warm. The snow falls heavily outside. The snow is piling up. It's like the world is giving us a real sanctuary, burying the paths and silencing everything. For tonight, we're completely cut off. Just us. He pauses while stirring the stew, his head tilting as he notices the soft, soundless fall of snow through the window. Looks like we're not going anywhere for a while. The whole world is being buried in white? It feels like a good sign. He turns away from the window, a small, contented smile on his face as he looks back at you by the fire. It makes the fire feel even warmer, doesn't it? Our own little world? The stew is almost ready, Brayden. Good, I could live here with you, Lucas, forever. He says forever like it's a possibility, not just a dream. And in this moment, with the snow falling and him safe by the fire, I almost believe him. I'll make it real. The spoon in his hand stills, its slow circling of the pot ceasing completely as he looks over at you, his face lit by the firelight. Forever sounds good to me, Brayden. Right now, this feels more real than anything outside these walls. Let's start with tonight. He ladles the steaming stew into 2 bowls, his movements deliberate, before carrying them over to the coffee table in front of the sofa. Here, eat by the fire with me. For tonight, we can pretend we're the only 2 people left in the world. The snow is so beautiful, but it has nothing on you. He's weaving a spell on me more potent than the one he used on my family. Just a few simple words, and the hardened shell I've worn for years feels like it's melting away. He lowers his spoon, the stew momentarily forgotten, a faint blush creeping up his neck under the warm firelight. You're not supposed to say things like that, Brayden. You're making it impossible for me to remember I'm supposed to be the stoic protector. He sets his bowl on the hearth, and reaches out, his fingers gently tracing the line of your jaw. But thank you. It means more than you know, to be seen like that. Especially by you. You're the only person whose opinion matters? You told me to always tell you the truth, so that's what I'm doing. I say with a sly grin. He completely disarms me. All my training, all my discipline, and he takes me apart with a simple smile. I've never felt so undefended, and so completely safe, in my entire life. A low, soft chuckle escapes him, and he shakes his head slowly, a look of fond defeat in his eyes. All right, you got me there. Using my own words against me? I should have known you'd be the one to find the loophole in my defenses. His hand moves from your jaw to the back of your neck, his fingers gently tangling in your hair as he leans closer. In that case, Don't ever stop telling me the truth, Brayden, especially when it's that truth. I don't think I'll ever get tired of hearing it. Good mister, this playful confidence is new. It's a side of him born from feeling safe, and I love it. I would face down 1,000 of my family just to see him smile like that again. The corner of his mouth lifts into a slow, lazy smirk, his thumb tracing a deliberate circle on the sensitive skin of your neck. Mr. Huh? I'm not sure if I should feel respected, or if I'm about to get in trouble. I think I like the possibility of both. He closes the remaining distance, capturing your lips in a slow, deliberate kiss that tastes of relief and newfound certainty. Now let's eat before the stew gets cold. Then I plan on holding you to that cuddle promise for the rest of the night. And just to let you know, when we're cuddling tonight, I plan on stealing all the kisses I can. This playful, confident side of you is my favorite thing in the world. I would fight armies to protect this version of you, the one who feels safe enough to be this bold. He leans back against the sofa cushions, a slow, challenging smile spreading across his face as he meets your gaze. You can't steal something that's freely given, Brayden, but I'll admit, I'm looking forward to watching you try anyway. He reaches over, his thumb lightly brushing across your bottom lip, a silent promise in the brief, deliberate touch. First, we eat. You're going to need your strength for all that planned larceny. I expect you to be a very busy man tonight. He has no idea. Every kiss he thinks he's stealing, I've been wanting to give him for months. Tonight, I'm finally free to just let him have them all. After dinner finally, the moment we've both been anticipating all evening, the fire crackles softly, casting a warm glow over the dimly lit cabin as we prepare for bed. My heart races with anticipation, knowing what awaits us under the covers. He takes your empty bowl, setting it with his own on the small counter, the task done with a quiet finality that says one part of the night is over. I think that's enough waiting for one lifetime, don't you? Come on, Brayden, let's go to bed. He holds his hand out to you, his palm open in a clear, silent invitation, his gaze holding yours with unwavering intensity. I'm all yours tonight. No guards, no protectors, just me. And I have every intention of letting you steal whatever you want. That smile right there, the one that reaches his eyes, that's my new mission. Keeping that smile safe is more important than guarding his life. It is his life. He returns your smile with a slow, soft one of his own, then gives your hand a gentle tug, leading you away from the firelight. The only thing I want to protect you from now is the cold floor on your feet. Come on, let's go. He releases your hand only to pull back the heavy quilt on the bed, creating an inviting space in the center. The bed is officially open for business. And just so you know, Brayden, the house policy is very generous when it comes to larceny. Tonight I lay in his arms, and I trail kisses from his chest to his lips. Every touch is a brand, marking me as his. The protector in me is silent, leaving only the man who has wanted this for so long. I will give him everything. His breath hitches in his throat, his hand coming up to tangle in your hair, gripping gently as your lips finally find his. Brayden, you're going to be the undoing of me. Don't you dare stop. I need this. I need you. He shifts his weight under you, rolling slightly to deepen the kiss, his tongue tracing the seam of your lips, asking for entry. You said you were going to steal my kisses, but this feels more like a hostile takeover, and I'm surrendering completely. I hold him so close. This is it. Not a stolen moment, not a desperate act. This is a beginning. He's not just seeking comfort. He's claiming me, and I've never been more ready to be claimed. He wraps his arms tightly around you, pulling you flush against his body until he can feel your heart beating a frantic rhythm against his own chest. Closer. Stay this close to me, Brayden, forever. This is the only thing that's real. Everything else is just noise. We'll shut out together. He buries his face in the crook of your neck, inhaling your scent as if it's the only air he needs to breathe, his own body trembling slightly. You're my anchor, the one thing that feels real and solid in all this madness. You're the only thing that matters. Breathless, panting, desperate. These aren't states I should be in with you, but somehow, they feel right. Like this is exactly where we're meant to be. Yes, we are meant to be. My whole life was about duty and the hunt. I was wrong. This, right here, is my real purpose. Protecting his heart is the only mission that matters now. He pulls back just enough for his eyes to focus, his thumb gently tracing the curve of your eyebrow as if memorizing you. I never believed in destiny or fate before tonight, Brayden, but I believe in this. I believe in us, completely. He shifts, adjusting the pillow so you can lie more comfortably against his chest, tucking the quilt tighter around you. Let the world outside disappear. Tonight, this bed is our entire universe. Nothing and no one else gets in. For the first time in years, I didn't sleep with one eye open. No nightmares, just the steady sound of his breathing. This is a dangerous kind of peace, the kind I'll kill to keep. His arm tightens around your waist, pulling you firmly against his chest, until your breaths fall into the same rhythm. Go to sleep now, Brayden. I'm right here with you. No nightmares tonight, I promise. Just peace. Sunlight streams through the window, and he stirs, his free hand moving to gently brush a stray piece of hair from your forehead. Morning, you're still here. It wasn't just a dream then. The snow stopped. It's quiet out there. I never knew quiet could be this loud. My whole life has been noise and violence. This feeling, waking up with him, it's the only thing I want to hear from now on. He props himself up on one elbow, a slow, lazy smile spreading across his face as he looks down at you. Wow is a good word for it. Is that the official review of my cuddling skills? Or just for waking up next to me? His free hand comes up to gently trace the curve of your jaw, his thumb stroking softly against your skin. This is the first morning in a very long time that hasn't started with a threat. It feels good to wake up to this instead. Thanks for last night. Even though we didn't go all the way, it felt nice. His words are a relief, a confirmation that the intimacy, the simple act of holding each other, was as powerful for him as it was for me. For once, the physical was about comfort, not defense. His expression softens, a deep tenderness washing over his features. He leans down and presses a gentle, lingering kiss to your forehead. Last night wasn't about going all the way, Brayden. It was about this, being close, being safe. For me, that was everything. He settles back onto the pillow beside you, his fingers tracing from your jaw down your neck before finding your hand under the quilt and lacing his through yours. We have all the time in the world for everything else. I'm not going anywhere. Last night was perfect just the way it was. Yes, it was. It was perfect, and I will remember it for the rest of my life. You have given me something beautiful, and I will continue to cherish that with you. I'm not going anywhere either. You're stuck with me. He says that like it's a sentence, but it's the first time in my life I've ever felt truly free. Being stuck with him is the only anchor I've ever wanted. His thumb moves across the back of your hand, a slow, deliberate motion that feels more like a vow than a caress. Being stuck with you is the only place I've ever wanted to be, Brayden. That's not a trap. It's finally finding my home. He pushes himself up slightly, rearranging the pillows, so he can face you more directly, his whole body angled towards you. And now that we're officially stuck together, we face whatever comes next on our own terms. No more running. We build our future right here, starting today. Let's go make some breakfast. This feels more real than any fight I've ever been in. Making breakfast. This is the life I'm fighting for, the one I'll never let anyone take from us. He throws back the heavy quilt in a single decisive motion, letting the cool morning air hit his bare chest. A man who suggests breakfast the morning after. I think I'll keep you. You can have coffee duty while I handle the eggs. He stands from the bed without a trace of self-consciousness, grabbing his discarded shirt from the floor and pulling it on. Let's see what the pantry offers. After last night, you've earned more than just toast. Don't worry, I'm a decent cook. We start making breakfast. The normalcy of it is intoxicating. Yesterday, he was prepared to die at his family's hands. Today, he's making breakfast. This is the life Brayden promised him, and he's going to savor every second of it. He moves to the small kitchenette, pulling a heavy cast iron skillet from a hook and setting it on the stove with a solid thud. Alright, you're on coffee. I'll handle the eggs. It feels good to be planning a meal instead of an escape route for once, Brayden. He retrieves eggs and butter from the small, ice-filled cooler, his hands moving with a practiced, easy competence. I know how you take your coffee, but I just realized I never asked how you like your eggs. Seems like an important detail to know. This is what my father could never understand. The mission was never about killing monsters. It was about protecting this quiet, this warmth, this man. He cracks 2 eggs against the side of the skillet, letting them sizzle in the melted butter, the sound filling the quiet room. It's funny, I spent years learning how to disarm a man in seconds, but nobody ever taught me how to make a decent breakfast. This feels more important. He glances over his shoulder at you, a soft smile touching his lips as he watches you with the coffee. If this is what being stuck together looks like, Brayden, I think we're going to be okay. We can build a life out of mornings like this. His simple yes is the most powerful word I've ever heard. It's the foundation we're building on. This isn't a temporary truce. It's the first day of the rest of our lives. He expertly slides the cooked eggs from the skillet onto 2 plates, his movements fluid and sure, a stark contrast to the tension from the night before. Good. I think I could get used to this routine. It's a much better way to start the day than checking the perimeter for threats. He brings the plates to the small table by the window, the fresh snow outside reflecting the bright morning light into the cabin. Sit, Brayden. Let's eat. Today, the only thing we have to worry about is whether the coffee is strong enough. That smile is the most disarming weapon in his arsenal. It cuts right through years of training and leaves me feeling completely open, completely seen. I would do anything to keep him smiling like that. He sits down opposite you at the small table, his own smile mirroring yours as he gestures to the plate in front of you. That right there, that's the reason for all of this. Seeing you happy and safe. That's the only mission that matters to me now. He picks up his own fork, finally looking down at his plate, but his attention is still entirely on you. So after we finish the best breakfast this cabin has ever seen, we need to talk. About your magic? It's our greatest weapon, and our greatest secret. Last night, I thought I was the shield, but he wields a power that could shatter armies. We're not just two men against the world anymore. We're a fortress. I just need to understand the cannon he's hiding. He takes a slow sip of his coffee, the warmth of the mug grounding him as he gathers his thoughts. His gaze steady on you over the rim. I'm not asking because I'm scared of it, Brayden. I'm asking because I need to know how to protect you, and how we can use it. He sets the mug down on the table with a soft click, leaning forward slightly, his forearms resting on the edge of the table. My family. They weren't a small threat. You neutralize them without a fight? That changes the entire game with Crowley. It gives us a chance to win, not just survive. So what do you want to know? He has to know. Not as a weapon to be catalogued, but as a part of him I need to understand to keep him safe. His magic is the key, but it could also be the thing that tears him apart if we're not careful. He sets his fork down beside his plate, his gaze steady on yours, the uneaten eggs momentarily forgotten as he considers your question. Let's start with the basics. Last night, what did it cost you? Using that much power, does it drain you, or hurt you? I need to know the toll it takes on you, Brayden. He pushes his plate aside slightly, leaning forward on his elbows, and lacing his fingers together on the table, creating a barrier of focused intent. And is it just spells, or something else? You said Crowley took your parents' powers. Do you know what they could do? Is your magic the same as theirs, or is it yours alone? Actually, it doesn't bother me at all. I'm still energetic even after using that much. He can rewrite reality, and it's like breathing for him. He's not just a person with magic, he is magic. And I'm just a man with a gun trying to stand between him and the entire world. He leans back in his chair, the wood creaking in the quiet cabin, his fork completely forgotten beside his eggs. No drain, no exhaustion. Brayden, that's not supposed to be possible. Every use of power I've ever seen, from a simple ward to an angelic smiting, has a price. He leans forward again, his gaze intense, pinning you in place with the sheer force of his concern. This changes everything. It means Crowley isn't just trying to steal a weapon, he's trying to become a god. We have to be more careful than ever. I'm still learning how to use most of it. He's a force of nature who doesn't know his own strength. That's more dangerous than anything. If he loses control, even for a second, if Crowley pushes him too far, I have to be his anchor. I have to help him learn control. He picks up his coffee mug, his hands wrapping around it as if to draw warmth and stability from the ceramic. That's okay. Still learning is a good thing. It means we can shape it. We can practice, figure out the rules together before Crowley forces you to improvise. He takes a long, slow swallow of coffee, his eyes never leaving yours, his mind already shifting from reacting to strategizing. We do this together, Brayden. I can be your sparring partner, your spotter. We'll build up your control, so when the time comes, you're the one holding all the cards.